to have pre-funded money with their disbursement partners. I have the luxury of being able to engage with our consumers and businesses. And I remember a few weeks ago, I was talking to one of our small businesses, a pottery business out of Texas, who was very clear that the main reason that she was excited about this technology was not the need to reduce the cost of payments, but to grow her business. And she shared that very really, she had to decline a significant order from overseas, from the Middle East, because they could not figure out the way to make the payment. So if we can provide this fast and cheap and 24/7 settlement vehicle, we will be helping her grow her business and millions of other American businesses.
Thank you. I think you shed great light on that. I'd like to shift gears now and discuss the benefits that stablecoins offer to consumers, not just businesses. Mr. Kim, I understand that traditional financial institutions charge 5 to 12% for remittances. How can stablecoins be used to lower those costs for consumers looking to make remittance payments?
Thank you very much for this important question, Congressman. You're absolutely right. Traditional institutions can charge anywhere from 5 to 12% for cross-border remittances. Stablecoins can reduce that to 1% or lower. I'm from New York. In New York, New Yorkers send $10 billion overseas on remittances. We're talking about $500 million that could be spent on the local economy and other good reasons. And this is why it's so important to have a comprehensive federal framework for stablecoins to further spur this innovation and leadership in the United States when it comes to stablecoins, Congressman.
Thank you. I fear that a lack of strong communication between the CFTC and the Securities and Exchange Commission has been why the Biden-Harris administration was so unsuccessful in appropriately regulating digital assets. Mr. Kim, would you be supportive of a joint advisory commission between the SEC and the CFTC to help harmonize them and resolve the jurisdictional overlap?
Absolutely, Congressman. Interagency collaboration and cooperation is critical to getting this right for the United States. We need clear delineation of responsibilities between two agencies, and this is something that the President's executive order also recognized by establishing the working group. And I want to thank you, Congressman, for your leadership with the Bridge Act as well.
Thank you, and I have full faith that this Congress, we will pass legislation regarding both stablecoins and market structure for digital assets. And as we blaze a path forward, it cannot be done without cooperation and communication between the SEC and the CFTC. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. The representative from New York, Mr. Torres, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I feel we in Congress should neither romanticize nor demonize emerging technologies like blockchain. Like all technologies, blockchain has constructive uses and destructive uses, and I feel like our mission should be to develop a regulatory framework that maximizes the best uses and minimizes the worst uses. Because without a bipartisan agreement, we will continue to have a dangerously deregulated status quo that benefits offshore, over-leveraged, deregulated actors. And for me, a bipartisan agreement would be a fundamental improvement upon the status quo. I want to follow up on Congressman Rose's questions on remittances. I represent the Bronx, which is one of the poorest counties in America. I have constituents who pay exorbitant fees simply to transfer their own money to their loved ones abroad, whether it be Mexico or the Dominican Republic. My first question would be for Mr. Ponte. PayPal is obviously one of the largest payment processors in the world. What is the cost of transferring money via the conventional payment system versus the crypto or stablecoin payment system?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. The cost of sending money overseas varies widely by corridor, but information coming from sources like the World Bank would put the average cost in the range of around 6%, with a target of, I think that the desired target for the World Bank is to bring that down to 3%. But the current average, I think, is in the range of 6%. When you're doing those transactions on stablecoins today, if you're doing that purely from a stablecoin wallet to a stablecoin wallet, depending on the protocol that you're using, it can be as low as 1 cent per transaction in some of the most efficient wallets. That still would not address part of the complexity, because then you would need to explain to the person on the other side, they need to get a crypto wallet, they need to find an exchange, so there is still some friction there. But we are finding experiences that combine fiat and stablecoins for the benefit of the user. For instance,
I just want to simplify it. So the average cost of remittances is 6%. the World Bank has a sustainability development goal of 3%. What is your cost with stablecoin?
When somebody on Zoom, our remittance product, we have enabled stablecoin as a funding instrument. When somebody sends a remittance funded by POS